overall pick back in 2016, has really settled in as a full-time starter this season.
Masoli almost made the Stamps jump there. Here they come with some heat, and he's swinging it out. Masoli, the former Oregon Duck, behind center, will get the first down. Jeremiah Masoli has had good, solid 3 weeks of football. No interceptions, and very good last week.
Yeah, he sure was. Terrific day for Masoli, getting it done with both his arm and his legs. His calm presence has been a big part of the Tiger Cats' turnaround. 4-2 record. June Jones as head coach, coinciding, of course, with Jeremiah Masoli taking over as the starting quarterback.
Zach Alaris on the sideline as the backup. There goes Shamon Chambers once more, looking for a couple blocks, spinning his way.
Matter of fact with you when you make mistakes, but not a guy who does it in a harsh way. Good teacher. Mitchell learned a lot of lessons, he said.
Four-man rush. Masoli now has to move and dances out of the pocket and throws it to Banks. One-on-one now, and Brandon Banks, the biggest play for the Cats up near the 40. Well, we've always talked about June Jones and the run and shoot. As Brandon Banks has told us, it's also the read and release.
And in this case, Brandon Banks reading where his quarterback's going on the scramble. And this one, from our vantage point, actually looked for a minute like it was going to be a pick six in the hands of Seontae Evans. But just over his outstretched hands, dropped in perfectly to Banks along that sideline for a Ticat first down.
Brandon Banks, the biggest beneficiary of the coaching change. June Jones seeing a lot of football. Now a hitch screen out to Jalen Saunders. Seontae. Second down and 7. There's that rush again. Little screen now to Alex Green. Green fights.
Coach Daryl Mouse Davis was the offensive coordinator of the Argos in the early 80s under Bob Obilovich.
Thus began the run and shoot offense. Now Brandon Banks trying to shoot outside. Lunging. Little wing formation here. Tight end on the line, and Masoli goes over the top. And once again, he and Brandon Banks got a little something going.
I don't want to make the comparison, but there's the pinball element to the way he runs.
Well, we might see more of him tonight. Masoli. Jalen Saunders with a high hurdle on the far sideline. Track star has the hurdle and the first down. I'll tell you what, this is a Hamilton team that has a lot of that, a lot of speed, including Saunders.
Well, it's such a big element in any June Jones offense. Real trademark.
In a long three for the Cats. Masoli wants to throw. Darts one in to Luke Tasker's first catch. Tasker, so good on second down. Brings it close to the red zone near that 20-yard line on a quick hitter from Masoli.
Well, this has got to be a big part of what you do successfully against the Calgary Stampeder defense. Those timing routes, get the ball out of your quarterback's hand.
Hamilton can get right back in it. They have not scored an offensive touchdown against Calgary this season. Masoli now calls his own number, and Jeremiah Masoli lunging forward might require a measurement. And this is what Jeremiah Masoli did in college in Oregon for Chip Kelly, and what he did at Ole Miss as well for the Rebels. His ability to find an opening and use his feet.
Such a terrific dual threat quarterback. It's a lot of unorthodox things about the way Jeremiah Masoli plays quarterback, but he's sure been effective since taking over the helm of these Tiger Cats.
Chip Kelly called it. You go through his progressions. You go 1, 2, 3, and me. It was me that time. Masoli now. Third down. Trying to reset the sticks. Went up high. I'm not sure. That might not have been such a good move going up high like that. On 3rd and 1, they have to get to almost the 13-yard line. Just We'll see where the spot is. See where the ball was as well.
Yeah, Alex Singleton made contact real early. You see him just tucked in behind the middle of that defensive line.
Well, they give a favorable spot. It's going to be a first down. They give him the spot. And that was a dangerous plunge as we take a look at former Stampeder defensive lineman turned D coordinator Devon Claybrooks.
Sporting that size 8 cap.
Sports it well, doesn't he? Locked it on. Trying to look end zone now as Masoli has Shamon Chambers once more. Stampeder is one of the most disciplined teams in the CFL in the penalty department. 2 tough ones this time. Masoli steps up and lets it go. Tasker has it down near the 2. What a toss by Masoli under pressure.
Masoli gets a little bit of help from his running back, Alex Green. This was one of the worries with C.J. Gable leaving, was that they might miss his blocking. Alex Green did a nice job stepping over to help out. That time allowing Masoli to step up to the inside, allowing him to find Luke Tasker on that side.
Masoli takes it himself and scores. Touchdown, Hamilton. And took a shot. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats throttled the last time these teams met. Have now taken a first half lead.
I think everybody expected this game to be much different than the matchup was back on July 29th. Remember, it was just after that that June Jones joined the Hamilton Tiger Cats as a consultant as they were on that Alberta swing.
It's more so about us than it is about Calgary. We kind of got a chip on our shoulder because we've dug ourselves such a deep hole to try to get back in these playoffs, and this is such a critical game for us to stay in the race, to get that playoff spot, and we're basically fighting for our lives, right, for that postseason to get to that Grey Cup. It just so happens that this week it's Calgary.
Team that began the year 0-8. Zach Collaros was the quarterback. June Jones came in. This team has turned it around. By the way, Jeremiah Masoli has done this before to the Hamilton Tiger Cats. He almost led them to the Grey Cup game a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, 2015, Zach Collaros injured at the end of the season. It was Masoli who was the starter against Ottawa in the East Division final that year.
.332 to go first.
You're able to get in the end zone in the first half. What do you have to do to keep doing that in the second half?
We just got to take care of the football and keep executing. Our defense is playing a hell of a game right now. Special teams is playing really good. We just got to finish.
And what do you see in their defense you think you can't exploit?
I'm not going to tell you right now, but we think we can exploit everything. Thank you.
Masoli, though, another solid start for these Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Something that Bo Levi Mitchell doesn't bring is that ability to use his feet. So Alex Green scored the touchdown to open scoring.
Masoli, it's another thing Mitchell didn't have in that first half, which was offensive touchdowns.
Hamilton will get to start it up here in the second half. Masoli, double clutch that time. Shamon Chambers. And will return kicks. Masoli play action. Shamon Chambers looking for a block or two.
A lot of talk about a hit to the head, but I thought a good play that time by the defensive lineman to get his head out of the way on contact.
Masoli throwing it. What a catch by Tasker. Huge grab in front of Shaq Richardson on second down, and a big play for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who are last in the CFL in big plays. 30-yard pickup.
You see Tasker here a little bit trying to create a little bit of confusion with the cross motion, but just straight down the seam. Quick hitter as he gets a step on Shaq Richardson. Strike thrown by Masoli.
3 catches, 67 for Luke Tasker. Masoli humming again. And another big catch from from the 29. 2nd and 26. Looked like offside. Free one here. Penalty flag down. Over the top he goes. Tasker still on his feet. Luke Tasker gets the first down. At least very close to it.
You've got to love the awareness combined with the concentration by Luke Tasker on this play, knowing
Calgary, number 91. That penalty's declined. It will be second down.
And Tasker knows that Thurman's coming to deliver the big hit.
It looks like they're short, so it's third down here. So third and a yard. Luke Tasker tonight. Here in Hamilton, folks in the Hammer will have a lot more fun if they can pull an upset here. Now Masoli's got lots of motion here. Alex Green comes up to the line. 1st and 10 for the Cats. Here's the rush. Masoli has his man far side. It's Banks. And Banks is brought down by Seontae Evans. Long throws to that far side, and they can be dangerous, but it was in the midst of Banks.
Jeremiah Masoli put a little bit of heat on this one. Banks lined up on the outside this time. Working against Seontae Evans. Free man off the edge on the rush, so Masoli has to get it out in a hurry.
Brandon Banks, 3 for 76 yards in the ball game. Looks like he's all right. Was nicked up a little bit after that punt return, which was really no return. Now Masoli wants to take off with it, calls his number, and Masoli has the first down. 1, 2, 3, and me. Jeremiah Masoli calls his number.
Well, I don't think he had time to worry about 1, 2, or 3, because he was worried about 49 and 95, 39 closing in on him.
See a player just coming into his own in the Canadian Football League. Brandon Banks now. A win would go a long way to keep them going. Shamon Chambers on the hitch, and he's brought down hard by Jameer Thurman. Close to a first down, 9-yard pickup.
Shamon Chambers having a busy night in that Hamilton receiving corps, former first-round pick. The Edmonton Eskimos guy who's battled injury a little bit over the last couple of years.
Trips left, 33 max, dog please, on one, right?
They got a heavy hit that time. Pancake by Jameer Thurman. Well, 2nd down and 1. It's a rush again. Masoli, quick release. Caught, first down. Saunders. It's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out, and if we ever have to go back to that play at the goal line where Masoli misfired to Luke Tasker, and they didn't get any points.
Well, in a similar situation there, not a third down, obviously, but on a 2nd down, second and short. Yeah, going out to that wide side flat when all they need is a couple of yards.
It will be 1st and 10, though, for the Cats. Looking to win tonight. A loss tonight. A win by Ottawa and Saskatchewan in the second half of our doubleheader would eliminate the Cats. Look out here. Brandon Banks down the sideline. His biggest play tonight. Speedy B told me yesterday, June Jones has been Santa Claus for him. It's been Christmas Day every day.
Yeah, seeing a lot more action in that Tiger Cat offense. You get to see him use some of those kick return moves after the catch and that hitch screen.
Past the century mark tonight, 100 yards for Brandon Banks. See if he figures in this drive here inside the 40. Masoli again. Now he has to scramble. Rolls out. May have to throw it away. He does, but it's caught near the line of scrimmage. Jalen Saunders may pick up a couple yards here. Looks like he got 2 or 3, so it's going to be 2nd and throwing down again for the Cats. We're now in field goal range, but keep in mind they've got a rookie kicker in Kenny Allen, who might have to come out at the end of this game with the pressure on.
Certainly.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah, tough circumstances for Kenny Allen.
Rare number for a kicker, huh? 91. Big leg, though. Masoli moving the pocket once more. Against the grain he goes, and it's Saunders again. First down. Well, one way to take the pressure off your kicker is trying to take it to the end zone. Down to the 22-yard line, they move the sticks on a 13-yard reception from Saunders.
Well, you'll see how the effect that Luke Tasker has. Tasker's going to end up pulling coverage over to this side of the field. A couple of defenders go with him. That opens up room for Saunders to then slip into that window right behind him. Tasker goes first, clears it out, pulls two defenders in that direction.
An 8-0 lead by the Stamps. Masoli. Take that 11-0 lead by the player. Now Masoli calling his number on first down. Clock ticking down to the 3-minute warning. The Cats must score and convert to tie.
Well, they've managed to hang with the Calgary Stampeders all night here, back and forth in terms of who's held the lead in this ball game.
So getting close to the 3-minute warning. Are they going to call it here? Yes, they are.
Fortunate, not just in this instance, but in general, that they never call based on intent.
Jeremiah Masoli calls his number, and they like their chances down the stretch. But in their way, the red and white horse. Masoli's got time. Now slinging. He's got his man. And Jalen Saunders inside the 5. Here come the Cats.
I'm just in disbelief in this situation at how much time Jeremiah Masoli had to throw the football. Look at all the space in front of him. Look at the time to step up and deliver this strike to Jalen Saunders.
So now 1st and goal, 40 inside the